Well, the American Quarter Horse Racing Association announced its champions for 2013 not too long ago, and being named the AQHA champion jockey is the man that's standing right here next to me, Jockey Cody Jensen. After 20 years riding so many horses over the course of your career, 2013, a great year for you. You get named champion jockey. What was that like to hear your name called?
I was pretty stoked. If anybody's seen the podcast from when I got it, I practically ran to the stage. It was pretty exciting. It's definitely something that I was on my bucket list. That's nice to get scratched off.
Now, you've been a leading jockey here at Los Alamitos before. You won some big races all over the country. Any other highlights from 2013 that you think helped you win that big title as a champion jockey?
Oh yeah, I rode a little black horse named Wicked Courage, and he had a heck of a year. He was running on 9 wins in a row. He won the Ruidoso Derby and the Rainbow Derby, and beat older horses in Remington, and then had a big win in the Pacific Coast Fraternity here. A big nice second in the 2 million. And then right there at the end of the year, the last big one of the year, we slipped over there to Sunland and win that championship, and that could have been what put me over the top.
Now, for all those aspiring jockeys trying to get to where you're at now, champion rider, any advice that you can give to them?
Just keep working hard. You're going to get a lot of no's. And every guy that tells you no, just show back up the next morning till he says yes. That's the best advice I can give.
Now, in a couple of weeks, you'll be riding in some pretty big races here at Los Alamitos Racecourse. In the trials of the Los Alamitos Winter Derby, you had a nice night. You rode some top qualifiers, SS Pay Dirt, Viva Mi Corazon, just a couple that come to mind. Tell us a little bit about these horses heading into the Winter Derby.
Viva Mi Corazon, he's had a heck of a fall here. Um, he's running real good. He won the Pacific Coast for 30, and he ran second in the 2 million with a little bit of a trouble trip in the 2 million. I was pretty proud of him to get up there and run second. And he run a real professional race in the trials. But this SS Pay Dirt, he really stepped up. He was kind of an unknown and Intermountain horse. He was under a lot of people's radar. Some of us in the know from back there, we kind of knew this was a pretty nice horse. But he really stepped up and had a very, very impressive performance after a very it was a bad start. I mean, he just flat stood there when the gates opened, and he still win by a couple lengths. So he's very impressive.
Now, going back to Viva Mi Corazon, one of the things that assistant trainer Paul Leal, who kind of runs the Trey Wood barn here, he just told me how big this horse is physically. Is that kind of how you see it?
Oh yeah, he's a monster. I mean, he looks like he could run with the 4-year-olds when he's two. I mean, he's a big strong colt. Kind of complete opposite of SS Pay Dirt. SS Pay Dirt's kind of a long, lean, not a lot to him. Where Viva Mi Corazon's a big, stout, heavy-made horse.
Do you have your 2014 schedule laid out? I know you're here riding probably through the winter, and then what?
To Los Alamitos. We got to do a little traveling in the fall, but Los Al, my home's still here, and so we try to spend the winters here.
All right. Been chatting with champion jockey Cody Jensen. It's going to be a busy 2014 for him. Back to the studio.